Hi guys, in today's video I'm gonna do a recap on JAGX because a number of you are actually quite worried about JAGX because it's been dropping the past couple of days and just the movement is very uncertain. So what I'm gonna do in the recap is I'm gonna have a look at the fundamentals, maybe see if there's any reason as to why it's been falling fundamentally and to see if it's gonna continue falling, or if there's anything that supports and instills confidence in me that JAGX has room to go and continues having room to go, which I still believe it does long term. And as well as that, I'm going to have a look at the technical analysis, basically looking at the price action of JAGX to see on a technical basis why it's been falling and basically when I believe it's going to start picking up again. And lastly, I'm going to give my price predictions on JAGX, so where I believe the price is going to go in the future, very near future, and further afield. Hi guys, welcome back to Investor Prime TV. David here. If you're new, this channel is a one-stop shop for anything investment, so investment ideas, investment stock picks, when to get in the market, when to get out. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe and of course hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads. Alright, let's get this bread. So Jaguar Health, ticker symbol JAGX, it's got a lot of people on the edge. Alright, so a lot of people are invested into this company, but the share price has just been falling recently. So it's got a lot of people worrying, thinking, oh, should I sell? Should I keep holding for the long term? Is the share price going to make a recovery and continue moving upwards? The share price of JAGX falling, I actually believe is just an opportunity to get in the market at a better price, nothing else. So a lot of people may be looking at red candles and getting worried. The more they look at the chart and see red candles day after day, they get worried thinking, there's never going to be a green candle. It's time to pull out, etc. But I see these as opportunities basically to buy JAGX at a cheaper price, especially with Wednesday's conference. A lot of people are thinking, this conference is the catalyst we need to send this rocket off to the moon. Okay, rocket being JAGX. That didn't happen because the conference happened, but not much was said in the conference in terms of giving shareholders any confidence that this was going to skyrocket. So of course the price continued falling. On a technical note, I understand exactly why the share price was falling. Okay, now I'll go through this and I have confidence that it's actually going to continue driving up. It's just preparing. And part of that on a technical note is that two things people need to understand about the market is whenever there's a move up or move down, there's always a correction. Okay, so JAGX for the whole of January, JAGX has been skyrocketing upwards. So it's made huge gains in January alone. So now that we're getting to the end, or we're currently at the end of January, it has to correct. It has to basically stabilize to a point at which the January or the monthly candle can close at, okay? And the February candle can open. Because another thing about investment, if you're doing chart analysis, etc., you have different time frames. So you have basically from 1 minute all the way up to 1 month, and certain packages will allow you to look out further afield, okay, 3 months, 6 months, etc. So if you're day trading, if you're in and out of the market, so you'll be looking at maybe 1 minute to about 1 hour or 30-minute candles. If you're longer term, you'll be looking at 1 hour out to the daily. You'll be even further afield, you'll be looking for the daily or looking at the daily to the yearly charts. So what a lot of people might be looking at, they might be looking at maybe the 30-minute chart and then be trying to predict price action for long-term investment. That's not going to work. You need to decide, okay, am I holding this for the short term? If I am, when do I get in? When do I get out? If I'm holding this for the midterm, so maybe 3 to 6 months, I'm going to buy now, forget about it until maybe 2 months in, and then I'll start having a look at it. Or if I'm holding this for 1 year plus, I'm going to buy it now and I'm going to forget about it for 9 months. Okay, so there's no point buying now thinking I'm going to hold it for long term, but you're looking at price action for the 30-minute chart. Okay, so you need to understand that things happen differently. Every chart, every time frame on the chart has to consolidate. The candle, if you're using candlesticks for chart analysis, then the candle has to close for you to know that, okay, that candle, that session ended, and then you have a look, wait for the next session to start. So if you're looking at the minute, this happens every minute. Okay, but I look at the daily charts. So I wait for a day and then analyze the next day and then analyze the next day. So I basically look at the market like once a day, okay, for different things. And it suits my strategy personally because I'm not looking in the market a lot. In my last video, I alluded to pretty much a Bollinger Band squeeze on the long term. So a Bollinger Band squeeze is effectively when the channels come together, okay? And then at that point, there's a lot of momentum being built up. So if you see this happening in the 1 minute chart, chances are there's going to be a big move going up, okay, or going down, one way or the other. It's the same for all charts, but you need to look at the big picture, the bigger picture. So that's what I was doing with the monthly chart, and I saw that, you know what, there's a Bollinger Band squeeze coming up. January's had a huge move up. I believe February there's going to be a lot of force and momentum, bullish momentum, to carry the price even further up. So if we have a look at the summary of Jaguar Health, so ticker symbol JAGX. Okay, so the market cap's 385 million. Okay, so it's still a small cap company, but it's well on its way to being a mid cap company. So if we have a look at what analysts are saying for this, so currently analysts are actually saying that this is a strong buy. Part of that is maybe because of the big run up that it's had in January. Okay, and another part of this is basically JAGX, they're going through the SPAC with Napo Pharmaceutical EU. Okay, so they're looking to take that company public. An already successful company like Napo Pharmaceutical EU, they're looking to take it public, which says a lot of good things about the business, Jaguar Health, and in terms of how they're handling business, because they're looking to, they have a vision for Napo Pharmaceuticals EU, and they're trying to branch into the European market, which basically means more demands for their products, and ultimately means more demand for the stock as investors take notice of the stock and start getting involved in the stock. Alright, so currently on Investor Place, JAGX stock and the Napo EU SPAC merger. So Jaguar Health and JAGX stock have captivated investors over the last several weeks, and confirmation of the Napo EU SPAC merger is yet another good sign. The hope is that European regulatory agencies will soon latch onto Mytesi for long-haul diarrhea. At the same time, Jaguar Health continues to study its drug as an antidiarrheal for cancer therapy in the United States. Plus, the company announced another important research milestone earlier in January. Now Jaguar hopes to use plant-based Leclemma as a treatment for cholera-induced diarrhea. First of all, this merger, this SPAC merger, is a great thing for the business because they're going to be able to enter the European markets via Napo EU, okay? And secondly, there's going to be a lot of demand, or there's currently a lot of demand for that drug Mytesi. And seeing as it's a plant-based medicine that's approved by the FDA, this is a very good news for the demand of the product. And ultimately, this is very good news for shareholders and investors looking to buy this stock. So what does this mean for the stock? So it basically means that in the long term, this stock is going to go up. All right, so if we have a look at the chart of JAGX, okay, so pretty much in terms of my annotations of the chart, nothing has changed. So I've still got my Fibonacci retracement tool, and I've drawn my support lines from the last video and every other video I've done on JAGX, okay, because the price hasn't broken above the $4.50 resistance. So this is still very much relevant. In my last video, I was expecting JAGX's price to fall to basically one of these Fibonacci retracement areas, so the 38, the 50, and the 61. But I mentioned that anywhere within here is a good buy zone, okay? So as we can see, the price pretty much came down, kept falling, and effectively got to the 50 line, which looks like is a good support. And today, the market opened high, so it basically went from 2.91 cents to where it opened around $3.33, okay? And by the looks of things, it looks like the bulls are taking charge. There's a lot more buyers within this market. I mentioned in the long term, if we have a look at the monthly chart, and as I mentioned, basically the bands of the Bollinger Band are coming together. So basically meaning that there's effectively a Bollinger Band squeeze happening. Okay, so which means that this price is going to take off soon. And looking at this, I'll give a price target of $12. The reason for this is around the $12 was a support, but by the looks of things is actually a resistance. So this is a long-term resistance. Whenever it gets to $12 or thereabouts, then you can expect pretty much some market correction. So guys, I still believe in the long term that JAGX has a lot of room to grow, and it's just going to take some time to grow. It might actually grow very quickly because right now the markets are actually very uncertain. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and of course, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads. And if you're thinking about getting in on JAGX, comment below, let me know, okay? If you're thinking about pulling out, but now you're seeing the prices up and it's giving you some confidence, let me know as well. Because either way, I'm happy to see comments, especially when people tell me that they've made a profit or they're in this stock and I believe it's a good play. I'm happy to see that. And I'm seeing a number of you let me know what your gains are, how many shares you put in to plays, etc. And basically what your profits are. I love seeing that, guys. All right, I love when I see people winning. Like I say, let's get this bread. I love when we all getting this bread. We're all eating together. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video.